Good morning. My name is Tristan, and if you are new here, please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and hit that bell for all the latest content. So today we are taking the TRD Pro to work, and I have been spoiled with my Prius's 59 miles per gallon. But today I wanted to see how the TRD Pro does in Houston's horrible traffic. Let's get to it. So Toyota's been making hybrid systems for over 20 years, and the big difference between the hybrid system in the Prius versus the Tundra's iForce Max is that the Prius uses something called a parallel system, and that's where gasoline engine and two electric motor generators connect to a planetary gear set, versus where the iForce Max, it's called a series system, and where they sandwich the electrical motor between the engine and the transmission, so it adds an additional 48 horsepower and roughly about 184 foot-pounds of torque. All right, so let's start the truck here. And want to show you guys exactly where we're working off with and adjust pressure. So I guess as the temperature changes outside, may need to put a little bit of air in there, but we are roughly about, looks like above 3/4 there. And so currently averaging 19.3 miles per gallon. We got 361 miles left on the tank. That message keeps popping up. And so we're going to use this as sort of a starting point from now all the way up until the very end. And man, that just pressure message is annoying. I get it. I'll put air in there. Okay, so currently driving through Houston's bottleneck over here in downtown Houston. And I want to show you, earlier when we started the truck, we saw that message that said adjust pressure, probably due to the fact that the weather's changing, it's getting colder. The tire pressure may have gone down, but it went away on its own. But before that, it was annoyingly just in your face. And typically when you have these warning messages, they would go ahead and, when you press the back button here, they would go away. But for whatever reason, that particular message just stayed on the dash at all times. So I couldn't see what my MPGs were. And I did reset the MPGs before we left the house. And surprisingly, it's still getting a good, I guess, average gas mileage here, 20.3 miles per gallon. And we still got a long ways to go. But I will also be documenting not just the drive to work, but the drive from work. So I figured this would be a great time to also show you guys Toyota's digital rear view camera. And I love this thing. So if you look behind me, you can see the headrest in the rear seat. But when I put this into the digital mode, it kind of removes that blind spot there for you. And you can pretty much see every single vehicle behind you. So again, let me kind of show you guys for comparison purposes here. You can see that 18-wheeler there, but when I put it back, you pretty much, and all you do is see the headrest. But back in digital mode, you can see it just provides you a wide-angle view of the rear. So definitely love this thing. And we got a fellow Tundra owner right there. So this is my commute pretty much every single morning. Definitely not a fun drive, which is one of the reasons why I love the Prius. Now, with a hybrid system with the iForce Max, one of the things that I guess I initially assumed was that when they mentioned it was going to be a hybrid system, I was already thinking similar terms into the Prius. But, when Toyota developed that hybrid system, the iForce Max, it wasn't intended for miles per gallon. It was intended for power delivery. So what the Toyota engineers wanted was I guess a power delivery equivalent to that of a diesel motor, where the hybrid system would kick in pretty much in times in which the turbo is still spooling or when there are dips in the torque curve. So it's primarily for power delivery, not more so for miles per gallon. And sitting here in this traffic, we can see now that the MPG is starting to dip down a little bit. And I'm not really hearing the hybrid system kind of kick on or turn on, primarily just driving with the motor. So, this is the first time, again, I'm taking the truck to work because of this drive here, pretty much. But so far, I mean, I guess it's doing okay, 18.7 miles per gallon. But we are going to see towards, the drive and the end of the day, whenever we get home later, where we end up, where the fuel tank is. And we'll go. All right, so I don't know where that vehicle is from, but it has Ram on there. And it honestly, it looks like a mini car. I guess it's from, I don't know, Mexico, wherever it is. But I figured I just wanted to show you guys just a very odd looking Ram. I guess it would be considered a pickup truck. Trying to get a better view of it, but a very tiny vehicle, but with a muscular name. All right, so we are officially at work after about an hour drive or so. And for all you guys who've owned a truck or currently own a truck, you know what I'm talking about. But if the Tundra or a truck in general is going to be your first truck, you will find that backing into your spot is a lot easier than pulling up into it. Of course, got that great camera here and trying to do this with one hand while holding the camera here for y'all. But let's see here. All right, officially at work, currently sitting at 18.6 miles per gallon, 333 miles left in the tank, and slightly below 3/4. So not too bad. We're gonna see exactly how this thing does towards the end of the day. I gotta get to work. I got my Starbucks. Remember, Brian Mitsuda, you are the winner, because that $50 gift card for Starbucks is waiting for you. And if not, well, I'm gonna have to utilize it. All right, so got my colleagues Mike and Ahmad here, and this is the first time they're gonna see the Tundra in person. And so kind of wanted to grab their reaction there. You know, Mike is looking at a Tundra right now, right? Maybe, Mike? You want that one? Oh man, there's gonna be a markup on that one, buddy. 20K. So what do y'all think, man? It's the first time you've seen it. I know you saw the videos, but let me unlock it here for you guys. This color would be good. Yeah. I remember that when I was putting my allocation in, Ahmad, I told Ahmad, like, man, I want black, but he told me to get Lunar Rock. Ahmad was actually the one that convinced me to keep the Lunar Rock. He goes, man, that's a badass color. You got to go with that one. You guys can go in. I'm actually driving for once. Usually I don't drive, these guys drive, because my Prius is an absolute mess. And how many water bottles do you see in my Prius, Ahmad, typically? 5 or 6. And the seat. So what do you think, Mike? You think you're going to be a future Tundra owner?
I mean, this one's pretty sweet. But of course, you can't get your hands on one of these.
Yeah, hold on, say that again. You can't what?
You can't get your hands on one of these.
And that's why I paid the market adjustment. So you can go in there, Mike. Let me see here. You can check it out, man. That's what I'm trying to convince Mike here. So he was looking at the F-150s, and I said, you know, why don't you get yourself a Tundra? And so
I like the fact that this one's got the big screen.
Yeah, it's got the 14-inch screen there.
Yeah. Man, there's so much space.
Yeah, I actually Kyle's Tundra has more room.
Kit, really?
What? You know, man, medical field, man. I got it.
Kit.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys got that, but yes, I do have Toyota's first aid kit. You know, just the medical perspective up there. But so overall, man, pretty good.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna go for a ride. All right. So guys, what do you think so far, man? So Ahmad, you said what? The windshield is.
The visibility is like. It's different. Like the glass is like slanted, and
so it's kind of small
it's a
visibility.
little bit smaller, yeah.
And then the hood bulge.
The hood bulge is huge, yeah.
And then Mike, what are your thoughts so far, man?
I mean, it's sweet, man. Yeah. I like it. That's cool.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was showing guys the different camera views there, and I want you guys to hear this engine sound here. Show you how nice it sounds.
So you got a TRD Pro, man. That's better to sound good.
Yeah.
So how do you think it sounds?
Sounds good. It doesn't sound like a V6.
Actually, I thought we had a motorcycle sound next to us. That's what I was looking around.
So what does it sound like to you, Ahmad?
Sounds like a V8.
Does it?
Yeah. It sounds like a V8.
What would how would you react if I told you that that's actually a fake noise? That's a fake engine sound.
That's what it is?
It's a fake engine noise. It's piped into it.
It's coming from the speaker?
Yes.
No wonder.
But it sounds nice, right?
Yeah, it does.
I still can't get over it, man. You know, just because of the fact that I like to hear the natural sound of the motor, but it's a piped in noise, so it is fake. It makes you sound like you're driving a V8, but you're really driving a V6. And but it's not too bad, right?
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Sounds good. So yeah, Mike, see, this is what I'm telling you, man. You gotta get the Tundra.
I'm considering it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm officially leaving work, and so we're currently sitting at 16.7 miles per gallon, 327 miles left in the tank. and can't really see it there, but it looks like we are right around 3/4 or slightly below. So we're gonna do a quick detour here and stop by my parents' house to pick up my daughter. So wife finally pulled up here with the daughter and Jeremiah, and so I didn't update you guys, but we traded in her X4 for this Q7, which we absolutely love. We're just needing something bigger. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Good.
Say hi to the viewers.
Hi guys, how are y'all?
And so the other thing, the reason I kind of want to capture this on video real quick is because my parents recently picked up this A-Spec MDX, and this is the one I initially wanted, but the wife just wasn't a fan of the Acura, and so we ended up with this Q7 here. What do you guys think? Leave in the comments down below, which is the better mom car, the Q7 or the MDX? Might have to do a video on that one. We are officially home. And so there is a summary of the day as far as driving to work. So 17.7 miles per gallon. So it did drop. 286 miles left in the tank. And in between 50% and 75% on the fuel tank. So as we conclude this video, so a couple things definitely I can take away from this whole driving experience of taking my TRD Pro to work. Number one, definitely a comfortable drive as always. Number two, other drivers are willing to give you the right of way or a little bit more willing to yield for you. I guess when you are in a bigger vehicle versus where the Prius, I'm just crossing fingers hoping that they let me enter their lane. So that was definitely a big change there. So other drivers do tend to, I guess, respect your vehicle a little bit more based upon the comparison between me driving the Prius and you know, the TRD Pro Tundra. So it is pretty funny because I've had, you know, other people before asking me or telling me like, you drive a Prius, you don't look like a typical Prius owner. So I'm not sure what a Prius owner is supposed to look like, but hey man, that vehicle, you see it right there, gets the job done for me. Again, 58, 59 miles per gallon right now, 17.7 miles per gallon. And you know, the other reason why I did this was to try to give me some perspective of what it would be like to daily drive this thing, because you know, when the GR Corolla comes in, I don't know what the price point is. I know there's going to be a markup to it. You know, 50-50 shot that I may or may not keep the Prius depending upon, you know, how financially practical it is. Can I make it work and so forth? So anticipating that, but moving forward again, I think overall, the TRD Pro Tundra or the Tundra in general with the iForce Max would make a great daily driver. And I honestly would not mind driving this every day. It definitely puts a smile on my face. So guys, until then, man, y'all have a good evening and y'all have a good one.